The Minnesota Vikings are signing quarterback Sam Darnold to a one-year deal worth $10 million. This has been rumored for the last couple of weeks that Sam Darnold was their potential plan at QB if they couldn't retain Kirk Cousins. And with Kirk Cousins agreeing to terms with the Atlanta Falcons, Sam Darnold is their next best option at QB. And I think that Sam Darnold could give the Vikings pretty serviceable quarterback play. Now, could he be good enough to get this team to the playoffs? Maybe. And the reason why I say maybe is because Sam Darnold does need to be anything game-changing. All he needs to do is be a good game manager because they got a really good team around him. You're throwing to Jordan Addison, who is coming off a really productive rookie season. Jay Jettis is the best receiver in the NFL right now. You got one of the best offensive minds in the game in Kevin O'Connell, and you're going to have a really good defense next season. As long as Sam Darnold can minimize turnovers and mistakes, Minnesota still has a chance to compete for a playoff spot. Now, are they going to be able to win their division? I don't think so. Sam Darnold isn't going to be able to help you compete in the division with the Detroit Lions as big as a juggernaut as what they are, and Jordan Love in ascension mode right now for the Packers at QB. You're just going to need to find a better quarterback if you look to be anything more than just an early first-round exit at best. But for the Minnesota Vikings, I like this move because Sam Darnold can be a good bridge quarterback, and it still allows you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to go about addressing the position potentially in the draft this year. Because with where you're picking at right now, you may not be in a position to land any of the best quarterback prospects like a Bo Nix or Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, Drake May without trading up into the top 5 to get one of those dudes. And the Vikings may not be willing to part with the asses that it takes to trade up that high. And if you're Minnesota, if you don't get a QB this year, you could trade back down and maybe put yourself in position next year to maybe trade up or land Shedeur if Sam Darnold doesn't work out and you're just a bad team. So I think for Minnesota, signing Sam Darnold is a really good pickup for them. Because Sam Darnold, you're signing him to a cheap deal, which still allows you to have a good amount of money to spend to improve your team and other positions in free agency. You just signed the pretty good edge rusher and Jonathan Grenard from Houston. You're looking at bringing in some more options at running back to improve your run game, which was one of the worst in the NFL last year. Sam Darnold does have a little bit of mobility. He can extend plays. He does play really good in structure. And when Sam Darnold's in rhythm, he can be pretty good at times. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to light the world on fire or whatnot, but every single year, there's a quarterback that comes out of nowhere that people counted out and resurrects his career. Last year it was Baker Mayfield. The year before that, it was Geno Smith with the Seattle Seahawks. And it most definitely could be Sam Darnold as long as the Minnesota Vikings continue to give him a good supporting cast and a good offensive line. And he does have something that Kirk Cousins never did. And that is the ability to run around. You can maybe use some design quarterback runs with Sam Darnold to open things up in the ground game for you. Or maybe you can run some more RPOs or some read options or some QB powers with Sam Darnold. It's just having Sam Darnold with the mobility that he has. It's not elite mobility, but it's mobility that you have to account for. If you give Sam Darnold a little bit of green grass, he can turn that into a 5-10 yard scramble. The dude is pretty athletic, more athletic than what you may think. And he can make throws outside the pocket, off platform. It's just all about getting him comfortable and getting him in rhythm. Kevin O'Connell, for a brief stretch, had Joshua Dobbs playing at a really good level. And then that fell apart and you start Nick Mullins, but even Nick Mullins didn't look too bad at times. So Sam Darnold can give you consistent play. And let's say Sam Darnold has a season next year where he throws 24 touchdowns and only 10 or 11 interceptions and completes around 64% of his passes. That's a really good season for Sam Darnold. I don't see how Minnesota doesn't make the playoffs getting that kind of play out of Sam. So the Minnesota Vikings are signing Sam Darnold. Let me know what you guys think about this move down in the comment section down below. And